If you love simple glam nails, this mani is going to be for you. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer, and we are using the new OG powder dip liquids and a color from the upcoming Grey's Anatomy 2 collection. I'm so excited for this mani. I've been feeling fall, but I also wanted something like really, I don't know, like glamorous, glitzy, like super sparkly. And these two colors just did not at first seem like a great combination, but then I looked at them on my swatches and thought, oh my gosh, like I have to do these together. They are calling my name. I don't even know why. They were just calling my name. I wanted something fall with a ton of sparkle. The color Pick Me is from the new Grey's Anatomy Part 2 collection coming from OG. And then the other color, the glitter, is called 10,000 Volts, and it has been out. It was part of the Jurassic Park collection. I haven't used it yet. Like I have so many colors that I haven't used, hundreds at this point. So I'm trying to go through and use like all the colors that I haven't used along with new ones, just because I have so many good colors that I need to use. And I'm feeling the fall manis right now. I am definitely done now that Halloween's over. I'm officially done with Halloween manis. I'm not quite ready for Christmas manis yet. In a couple weeks, I feel like I will be. So I have to do some fall manis now and get all those get them, I don't want to say out of my system, but get them in so I can feel like I really got a good use of my fall colors. But I wanted some of that. Like I said, I wanted something super sparkly, and the 10,000 Volts literally looks like a disco ball on your fingers. I cannot believe I haven't used it yet. It's been sitting in my drawer. I had swatched it a couple months ago when the collection came out. But I hadn't worn it yet, and oh my gosh. I'm going to talk a little bit about the new OG dip powder liquids, how they work, and what's changed. The base coat and the top coat are the same as the previous formula. The only thing that's changed is the activator. And the new activator is so nice. It doesn't have such a strong smell. And it also is not making the liquids yellow like the old activator was. I was super excited to be testing out these liquids, and now they are officially out. And I love them. I had loved the base and the top before, so it was great that we only had to change the activator, that formula got changed. And I'm going to go through at the end and show you all how to do the top coating the proper way, because it is a little bit different from the previous liquids and other liquids that I've used. So make sure you stick around, because you definitely don't want to miss how I top coat, because let me tell you, these liquids are ridiculously shiny. Like the old formula was super shiny, so I thought, okay, like no way is it gonna be as shiny. Somehow it literally looks like glass on your nails. I could not tell a difference. I put the dip liquids on my nails and did some, not in this mani but another mani, I did them with gel top coat, and I literally could not tell a difference from the gel top coat and the dip top coat. Like it was amazing. I'm going through, and first I always apply my solids or my shimmers, so I'm going through and doing 2 dips of Pick Me. And it's this gorgeous neutral shimmery color. It's so beautiful. I don't know. I love neutrals. I love every color. Let's be honest. I pretty much love every color. Except I think I've said this before, because I feel like lime green, like super bright green. I mean, I like it. It's okay. But, I mean, these colors are my jam. Anything neutral, pink, purple, blue, brown, gray, black. Okay, so like everything. I have full cover tips on my nails, and then I have a layer of gel base and gel top, and then peel base over this. So when I'm dipping, I only do 2 dips of color and then 1 coat of clear, since I have a base already built with the full cover tips, then topped off with the gel base and gel top. And I do the same thing when I have builder gel on my nails. If I do builder gel, I still do gel base, gel top over them, and then do my peel base. Now, something else that also really helps me, because I'm a super messy dipper, like I always say, if you haven't seen any videos on my channel and you watch any others, you will notice that I drop a lot of things, I spill a lot of things, and I just make a mess. So I like to dip all my solid or shimmers first and go through, top them with clear dip powder, and then I activate them. This way they don't get contaminated when I go through and I do my glitters. And then I'm going through and I'm doing 2 dips on each nail of the 10,000 Volts, and you just saw my thumb. Like, Oh my gosh. I mean, this color, like I said, is literally like having a disco ball on your nails. And the thing I loved about it was that it lays super, super flat because the glitters aren't chunky. If you're somebody who struggles with chunky glitters, this would be a great option for you if you want something like crazy, crazy sparkly. Like, I mean, you can see it reflecting a bajillion colors over here. It just lays so nice because the glitters aren't that big, but you get that like crazy, crazy sparkly payout. Whenever you're dipping glitter powders, you want to make sure, and this goes with any color that you're dipping, you want to make sure your dip base is applied really thinly. This will keep your layers thin and from getting too chunky and thick. And then if you do your base liquid too thick, sometimes you can have problems with your activator drying all the layers because it has trouble getting through down to all the layers. So especially when you're doing any kind of glitter, I really like to make sure I do my nails really thin. And I always take the glitter and dump it out into a mini cupcake liner so that I can lay my nail flat into the glitter instead of try to dip into it. I know I've seen people dip into glitters, but personally, I just really do not like to dip into glitters. I feel like it just makes the application super uneven, so I just don't like to do it. And this way has worked out really well. It still allows me to keep my glitter dips pretty thin and my nails from getting too chunky. And I always love going through all of my nails and applying the layer of clear dip powder. I know everybody doesn't apply clear dip powder over all their colors, but I tend to be heavy-handed when I file and shape, so I really like to make sure that I apply that layer of clear dip powder to protect my color, protect my glitters. Like, to me, glitters, applying a layer of clear over glitters is an absolute must. Like, I want these glitters to look crazy, crazy sparkly, and I want them to pop through, so I don't want to accidentally mess anything up when I like file or shape too much. Now, when you're using thin liquids like this that are nice and thin, like the OG ones I'm using, you really shouldn't have to do much filing and shaping. Like, you can see everything is applying really nice and flat. I mean, if you look at my solid nails, or my shimmer nails, I mean, you can see that I barely am going to have to buff it all. And that's something that's really indicative of good liquids, that you don't have to buff and shape a lot. Even when you're using ones that are on the thicker side, like if you're using nice liquids that are on the thicker side, you still might have to file and shape a lot, but luckily these are nice and thin. And oh my gosh, I was really like freaking out when I was doing this mani. I was just so excited of how this 10,000 volts looked, and I could not believe that I haven't used it. So I'm like gasping as I'm doing this mani through my mask, because I wear a mask anytime I use dip liquids. I get bad headaches from smells. I've gotten dip flu from a couple brands. OG doesn't give me dip flu, but I like to be really careful. I don't want to be breathing in the dip powder, and I definitely don't want to be breathing in any of the scents, because then I'll just end up with a really bad headache. And I get headaches easily, so I definitely don't want to get a headache every time I do my nails, which is like 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Now you can see me, I'm applying the clear dip powder over all of the rest of my glitter nails, and really like to make sure that it gets into all the little nooks and crannies. I first pour it over, and then I'll lay my nail flat into the clear. This is making sure, in my experience, it's really making sure you're getting in like all those little, I love saying the words nooks and crannies. I don't know why. That's why I like the clear so much over glitter. It just really gets in there, so that then when you activate and file and shape, like, your glitter is going to be popping so beautifully. I also keep separate clears for my solids, my shimmers, and then my glitters, because I'm really messy. I mean, you can see on my mat here that I have over my table, like, you can see glitter from the 10,000 volts all over it. You can see like some stained purple glitter, all kinds of stuff I've spilled on there. And I thought about getting like some new mats so it doesn't look so messy when you guys watch my videos. But you know what? This is me. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not super clean when I do my nails. I'm actually really sloppy and messy. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to sit here and be super perfect on my videos. This is how I am. I'm a little bit messy, a little bit goofy, and you get me for who I am. I like to go around my cuticles with the Pana Extra Fine barrel bit, and this just helps me really crisp up the lines right before I do my top coating. Then I'll wipe off my nails with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe or a paper towel if I run out. And this makes sure that I don't have any dust left in my nails before I go and top coat. That's really important. I didn't used to do this. I used to just wipe off with a paper towel or a lint-free wipe. And it just made me nervous to wipe off with isopropyl alcohol. I don't know why, but now that I started doing it, I feel like my nails are even shinier. So now we're gonna go through and I'm gonna talk about how you top coat with these new OG dip liquids. So you wanna take the activator and really soak your nails. This is different from the previous liquids. You didn't do this. You did like a normal amount of activator. So I'm doing a very, very large amount of activator on all 5 nails. I mean, I am like dunking it in there and slopping it on to make sure they are fully covered with a good amount of activator. Then you're gonna go and count to 10. So I counted to 10, and now I'm going in with really thin layers of the first layer of top coat. And that's key for the OG liquids as well. Your layers have to be really thin. If you do thick layers, you're not going to get them super shiny. So I like to wipe off most of the liquid on one side of the brush, on the inside of the bottle before I apply it to my nails. And this way I'm not putting a ton on my nails. And I also like to make sure my layers, like I said, I make sure my layers are really, really thin. And on the first layer of top coat, you only want to do 2 to 3, absolutely 4 max strokes of your top coat because you want it to stay really, really thin. You want to make sure when you're doing your activator and top coating for the OG dip liquids that you do one hand at a time. And you also want to make sure that you do your nails in the same order. So whatever order you activated them in, you want to do your top coating the same order. You'll be making sure that the timing is correct by doing this. I always top coat one hand at a time when I'm using OG dip liquids, or actually any dip liquids, because the timing just works really well if you focus on one hand at a time. And now I'm going through and doing my second layer of top coat, and you see I'm still doing really thin strokes and just making sure that the entire nail is covered. And you always want to cap your edges, especially on the last layer of top coat. I always make sure that I cap my edges on the second layer. And this way, if you're somebody who likes your manis to last for a really long time, you are going to get the most longevity if you're capping your edges. Look at this shine. Oh my gosh, you can see already as I'm finishing up doing the top coating on my second layer, like the shine is insane. Let me know if you've tried the new OG Dip Powder Liquids in the comments. And if you're still struggling with nail prep before your manis, check out this next tutorial. Thanks so much for joining me today, Nail Crew.